This is how we ride. This is how we do.
What are you doing?
Waxing my poles.
That's what she said. Yeah, what kind of motor is this?
Came out of a 2008 Tahoe, I believe is what you guys told me. To get a top-notch one built, pretty much from the floor up, with a used block, probably like 8 to 10 grand. That one I bought used for probably like 4. Our top speed's probably like 115, if I had to guess. I really don't know.
Well, that's pretty good for not that big of a track.
Right, it's compared to a 305. Actually, 305 is allowed to race with us in our series.
I'm guessing this sprint car class is for the rich people based on this garage.
Yeah, do you see this mansion?
Man, oh man.
See all the extension cords?
Well, I mean, you have to be rich to afford these tires nowadays.
I'd spend $200 on that tire again. It slows all the factory crosses. Don't mind the funny pattern I cut into it last week, but.
And then I'm guessing you got a nice half box steering.
Oh yeah, $2,000 brand new. Heck no, we blew ours apart last week, so we're running a Buddies that's probably from like 95 or something. Look at that giant. Look at that reservoir.
How do you fit your legs in there?
I'm not really sure. I kind of do a little twist and twirl. I stick my feet underneath the torque tube there and kind of spin myself around.
Non-sprint car people, you know, they never really seen the insides of how a driver sits in these things, you know. And the brake pedal swings. That's the brake. You
brake
swing it
straight forward instead of down.
And then the one over that bar over there is the gas, and that goes up and down. So it's more like you put your right foot in, you put your left foot out. When you get to being a little bitch at the end of the straightaway, your left foot, you know, you shake it all about on the brake pedal, you know. What is this Carter Vogel? Of course, you're Chris Vogel, so.
I am. That would be my oldest son that passed away in 2011. 12.
What happened there?
His lungs weren't developed properly. He was premature and his lungs weren't developed enough.
Was this post-birth, after birth, during birth? I mean, what happened?
During and post. He was born premature, but he should have been fine for how premature he was, but his lungs weren't developed properly enough.
Well, see, and that's fortunately or unfortunately one of the cases for the late-term abortion rights right now.
We're getting deep now.
I mean, I'm just saying that is.
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
an argument for late-term abortions because you can't tell what kind of deficiencies there are until later in the pregnancy process.
Right.
And there are kids out there with worse than that.
Yeah.
And they say, well, because of that, that's why late-term abortion should stay around, you know, because you had to deal with that.
Right. Yeah.
That had to be tough.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, the excitement to having a kid, thinking of having a kid, and then everything's going to be okay. There's something wrong, but it's okay, and then it not being okay.
We went through a lot of the same stuff with Cooper. Kiddo you met today, he was born 11 months, almost exactly 11 months later.
Well, and he's on the gas tank that keeps you going, technically. So that's the best spot to put that sticker.
I keep him right behind me, nice and safe behind me.
Well, damn. Fresh powder coat?
Straight from 2013.
Hold on. Is what you're wiping this with the same thing you wipe these tires with?
That thing's as hard as a rock.
Well, that's because it has to heat up before the dope ticks off, you know? We all know how this works, buddy. What's on that rag there? I mean, if it's doing this...
This one's clean, look.
What's this Operation 23-0? Is that the suicide awareness?
Correct, for soldiers.
Right.
So now it's actually down, I've heard, to 21. But so at the time when this company started up, organization, it was 23 soldiers a day committed suicide on average. So I've been running on my car for a few years. Even before talking to the guys, anything, I thought it was something good to run. Last year at the World of Outlaws show, he came out and met me and came down to the pits and congratulated me. I got my first heat race win that night. He came down and he's like, I'm going to need to get your address. And I was like, for what? Some shirts or something? Because he was outside selling shirts. I was like, I'll just come out to the van. He goes, no, I got to get you a check. You put my logo in Victory Lane. And I was like, no, you don't got to do that. That's not why I'm doing this. And he goes, I'll talk to your wife if you're going to make me.
Wow.
So I gave him the damn address, and now he's been on the car and a full-time partner for a couple of years. That'll be on the car no matter what, even if he doesn't sponsor me.
Well, military suicide and even a male suicide in general has been a thing that people are finally paying attention to, you know.
Right.
Well, I mean, racing's a good thing for people because it's the one thing that's there for you no matter if you're there for it, so.
Right. Is there? Oh, throw the hood out, would you?
Do you actually have an operational hood, or?
I mean, it's kind of shattered and cracked and janky, but check out these nice cracks after smacking a barrel.
What do you mean smacking a barrel?
There may have been a construction barrel smacked in turn 3 last week at Eagle Valley.
Do you have pictures of this?
Well, here's a picture of that was photoshopped of it.
Oh my God.
Keep her zoomed in tight right now.
Oh
There's
my
the barrel.
God.
So the top hot dog in our wingless series around here, his name's Cam Schaefer. This is what I got out when I got out of my car after that heat race. This is what I got out of my car.
I mean, at least that means you're somewhat popular.
All right, it's a little wide. It normally fits in the hole nice.
Oh my God.
Good as new.
Is it?
No.
Well, the question is any of these Zeus's your main Zeus, or are they all your side Zeus's? And so this is it.
Looks good from the stands. That's all I care about.
GRP Motorsport.
Greg Parent, if I had to guess, I bet he sponsors at least 50 cars in the area. Anybody that's anybody pretty much has a GRP sticker somewhere on their car.
Dang. I've heard of GRI, Greg Gunderson. We did some great work with him.
We got a lot of parts here from GRI that are on this car.
I know we were talking about blind. Obviously, he's deaf.
He sure
So-
is. Went down there to pick up some rims and stuff from him when I was building my first car a few years ago. It was raining out. Middle of winter, get out of my truck, go walking over, and he hands me a notebook that had a pre-written message. Hi, Chris, nice to meet you. I'm Greg, I'm deaf. There goes talking down the prices or anything.
Oh my God.
What? Am I wrong?
No, you're not
How
wrong.
do you talk down the prices of a deaf guy?
Somebody tag Greg in this, and he
No,
can read.
I love Greg.
He can read the closed
I
captions.
just got a part box from Greg yesterday.
I know. He's a good guy, but that is true. How do you negotiate? So much for negotiating prices. He probably thinks that shit's funny as hell.
He's probably like, I got this fucking corner locked.
Yeah. So what made y'all come to this church deal today?
So we were invited by one of the church members. Last fall we came here for a craft show and it was really popular, and they invited us out here for this last day of the Jazz in July. So one of the members of the church is very good at playing music, and it's the last one, so they're gonna go out the bang. So
what is like the best thing up here?
the best thing up here, I mean, hands down, people are really noticed for like our pulled pork nachos, and you're about to see one get made.
Oh, that one just got ordered up?
Yep. So you'll see how big and massive they are, and full of flavors and layers of flavor too.
Well,
So
with
you
the
get two
barbecue
side
sauce,
selections
huh?
here.
Oh yeah. That's a nice mix of
And then they said no on the jalapeno.
no on the jalapenos, because that doesn't mean we can't put pico on
That's
there.
true. That's true.
You got it.
And a little bit of
Perfect.
sour
Oh,
cream.
A dollop.
You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A parfait. What is this?
Our barbecue parfait is a layer of beans, our smoked mac and cheese, pulled pork, chicken, brisket, or sometimes people have gotten sausage. And then we put some coleslaw and then a couple of layers of our barbecue sauce that's on it. And that is our barbecue parfait. So what we got here is our St. Louis ribs
Oh.
that we're cutting up to order. Keeps them fresh, keeps them juicy, and then just a little drizzle of barbecue sauce on top. That way they're wet but not wet. Tail salad and beans, you got it. Perfect.
What is this?
It's amazing.
Nutter butter banana pudding.
Oh yeah. Well, we make it in small batches and then portion it out.
And it's like the one best dessert out of the.
Everybody likes it, and I think it's because it's got the banana flavor along with that nutter butter, like
Right.
peanut butter cookie.
Right.
Yeah,
And how do people find out where you even are?
So right now it's just Facebook and Instagram. I had northwoodsmokehouse.com for a website. I'm working on incorporating our website and our Facebook page to kind of collaborate together. So when I post our weekly schedules, either on Friday or on Sundays or Mondays, that photograph will populate to our website, so that people will be able to go to northwoodsmokehouse.com and be able to see where we're going to be after the week at that time. So.
Y'all feel bad that you're on his race car? Is he a
Oh
good...
no! Hey, I'm the one that reached out to him, and I was like, "How do I get my sticker on his car?" So.
Well, it is orange, same color.
I mean, it fits really good. Looks very sharp on that car, that's for sure.
How do you feel you're doing
Yeah.
representing Northwood?
I've been top 10 every night. I'll take it.
And I mean, it's already right there. Look at, there's my logo right there.
Yeah, we need his face on there. See how it fits?
Oh, that might ruin the gloss look to it.
Yeah,
though.
that might ruin
That
it.
might ruin the gloss look to it.
So that's a pretty big tortilla there.
So we'll do pulled pork. That down. Mac
Get a
and
real big bowl.
cheese.
Burrito toppings on there, you know. Some jalapenos.
And then we used spicy.
Yeah, I ate one.
And then that's it.
That's it.
That's a hell of a burrito.
Oh, it's a hell of a burrito.
You call that gut bomb or like world gut bomb?
That is something.
See, wait, he can't have that. That better not be his.
Why?
It's mine.
Because he's staying at my house.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bro, you better call a plumber.
Cheers.
Hey man, run because it's down the street.
Where do you get one of these custom trailers from?
At the Vogel Custom Racing Shop.
What do you mean?
Well, we custom built this whole entire trailer. All it was a flatbed gooseneck last fall.
Where's the rest of the flatbed?
Well, there's a little bit of flatbed left in the back.
So that board used to run all the way here.
Yep, it was over the top of here. There's a whole pile of them in the backyard still.
And y'all just built a box on it.
Yes, sir. Took the floor. Actually built a whole new floor over the top of the existing frame. I mean, we beefed up here. We added stuff here.
So it's like an open trailer, but a closed trailer.
Yep. So everything you want to keep enclosed is enclosed, but the race car stays back here to get shown off on the way to the track.
Wait, is this the blueprints? Did y'all do it with Legos or?
My brother made that kind of as a joke. That was the original design. Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty close.
Yeah, it's not far off. Back up. Back up. Go for it.
And so that's it.
That's it. Now we head to Wisconsin. Cedar Lake Speedway. You wanted the best, you got the rest. Welcome to the UMSS.
Is that an outlaw team?
Yeah, that's the Berger.
Outlaw rig here. What's still? You got 410s laying around or something?
Yeah, I got 410s at home, but so I'm just waiting on one to get refreshed, and the other one's just gonna sit for now.
Did you ever do any outlaw shows?
I did him. My first one, I qualified 9th, so I consider that as a win.
What's the tire deal going on? What's happening?
Lack of tires.
No tires out there.
Don't get that outlaw treatment, I guess.
No, no, you don't. I got plenty of tires for my 410, but none for this car. Different compounds.
What do you need?
I need either a RaceSaver tire or a medium.
What are you gonna do? Just run on what you have?
Yeah, run
That's
what I
it?
have.
Okay.
It's still a good tire.
Not enough horsepower to burn the tire off, right?
No, this tire was on the car when I bought it, and it was used, and I'm still using it
Oh my
after
God.
4 races. So.
Who's this Darth guy?
That's the Zachary Wittes,
Oh, okay.
the famous 10Z.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what's these motors in these cars?
Yeah, so what's really became popular probably 5 or 6 years ago is the 5.3 LS motors. So they're, literally out of a Tahoe. The Gen 4 motors are probably what you want to run right now because the rods are better.
The Vortec motors?
Yeah, they're 5.3 truck motors. Strip all the fuel injection off, put a carburetor manifold, you're in an MSD box.
And a battery apparently is in there.
Yeah, battery to run ignition.
No magneto.
Nope, no mag. So straight, it's, what is it, 3 wires I hook up. You have the crank sensor, cam sensor, then you have 2 wires I hook up to the coil packs.
Well, and then there's, I guess y'all let 305s run? Because
Yeah,
these make
so-
about 430, I think he was saying.
Well, so if you know, well, the non-wing motors, we run 2-barrel carburetors, and you can make around 430 out of them if you a pretty well-built motor. But the wing motors, you're on 480. They have injection, and we run carburetors. And,
Well, that helps in the corner.
You can buy a
No, so-
$35,000 one that makes 500 too.
yeah. Besides, I agree with the 305s, but the LS motors, and then they also allow a stereotypical B-mod motor, so there's a 350 with a 2-barrel.
The 61's a B-mod motor.
Okay.
Both of these are 305s. So you got all 3 right here.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you could build one of these motors that makes 475 horsepower and a 4-barrel for $7,000.
Wow.
And versus a 305, which you can spend 30 grand on them.
Right.
You're making similar power, you're on a carburetor, so obviously, cornering.
Well, you kind of don't want these to get too popular because they'll find a way. Because that was the story. What you're telling me with this motor was the story with this 6 years ago.
Right.
And now this is where it's at.
Right.
But I think you could blame injection almost for
Yeah,
that
so
because that's where all the money is being poured.
Carburetor manifold, $200.
Yeah, you
A
can't.
4-barrel carburetor, you can spend $2 grand on. You can buy a Willys Super Bowl. But you can also buy whatever, normal Holly 650, have a speedway for $600 and race it. Like, and the thing is, you're not that far behind. What's sweet about them is you can spend 15 grand on LS, like you can, but you're making like 5 more horse than spending 7.
Right. That's what we
So,
were
like,
talking about.
Your margin of error between, like, you say if you have a 410, you can't build a 410. Like, the top line motor is $70,000. You're building one for 20. You're 150 horsepower.
Right.
behind.
Yeah. He said motors, but is there like spec rules at all to keep the motors and cars equal?
Yeah, there's spec for pretty much every part of the motor for these. 305s have their own set of rules.
Well, what about like wing and tire and spacing? Is there anything like that?
20-degree wing angle, single adjustable shocks.
Now, do y'all have a steering system rule? Because his steering is old from the 90s. Y'all have to have a 90s steering system as well?
That's his old steering
That
wheel.
was mine. That came in that car, and I took it out. Yeah, he had to borrow it.
You're talking about wing angles and all that. What I'm noticing is that looks like a cheater wing. What's up with the belly on that? You see what I'm saying?
I won't spin.
Yeah, what's up with that? Is that legal?
It's legal. It's for the 305 cars. A lot of them run it.
And is it just for weight, or?
It could be for weight. I don't know. I haven't.
It just looks significantly different.
Yeah, it's way thinner. It's a
It
lot
is.
thinner than what this is.
Yeah. Pheasant legs? Is that what they call you? Why is it?
When I got in the ring when I was younger, my boxing coach started calling me Pheasant Legs.
Oh, okay. So what motor do you, apparently motors is the big topic around here. What do you got?
I got an LS 5.3 liter.
Okay.
Pulled
So,
it out of a junkyard truck, put new bearings in it, put a cam in it, and this thing's just been smoking this year.
okay. Have you
Yeah.
won all of them or what?
I haven't won. I got one heat race under my belt so far.
Okay.
This is my second season racing anything, so.
Police?
I've never had a problem that I go out there now for hot laps and the car just cuts off the second I get the wide open.
Well, what did you just change right now to fix it?
Flow level.
Okay. It's all right.
Seems better.
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. The track was goofy. It was super dry slick in 1 and 2 and tacky on the bottom in 3 and 4. It was kind of weird.
Was the motor better?
It was better, but it wasn't fully fixed.
Okay.
On starts, the car was like ba 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 ba, but once you get going, it ran fine.
Okay.
What heat were you? 3?
Third.
I was wide open in E1.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It was slicker than crap. But
I was right on the tires. Like my left rear shock got maxed out. That's how hard I was bouncing the
Really?
tires.
Wow. Second year in my life racing anything.
Have you watched it all your life or something?
Yeah, since I was 10, I've been gripping the fence, wanting to get out there, clawing at it. And 43 years old, I finally said my life's too short, and I want to do it. Every lap is better, so that's the fun part right now. Is you can start in the back and you get better every race, and pretty soon you're getting up to the podium, or I got to weigh my car once, and just the dumb stuff. Oh, I tore a tear off and I finished a race. The ride this car's taken our family on, and my friends, and even the guys watching the series that knew I was a rookie last year, and they come up and say, man, you're looking good. If the car will go, I'll take it there. If it doesn't want to, we'll just hang in there best we can, That's all we can do.
Is it rubbering up or anything? Or?
I don't think it's rubbering up. Yeah, it just seems like it's really tacky up high, and I think that's where I'm going to put the car. You never know until you try it.
Right. And you're saying you're going to try it?
Yeah.
I believe they call that send it, right?
Yeah. Send it.
So Jack says he's sending it.
Yeah, he will.
You're not sending it?
I'm gonna 3/4 send for a minute.
Okay, so you're gonna
See where I
like
end up.
Amazon Prime it.
Overnight at least.
Okay.
Always full. I gotta look at the track.
He said it's all up top, nothing on the bottom.
The track is money up top. I'm jealous
Is
of
the
that
grip on
race.
the bottom for Mueller?
Actually, yeah, the bottom's pretty good.
Off of 4, it's just tacky, they say.
Well, the bottom 1 and 2 gets, it's like kind of divots or whatever. They definitely have some tack in them.
First sprint car in the history to have interior lights.
Do you have them on a switch or something, or
No, they're just little LEDs.
you just started the future?
Yes, got one down here too for your feet. Yeah. Water bottle.
Where are you putting it?
Just down by my knee.
And you sip on it?
Yeah, I can, if in between heats or when I'm waiting to get out on the track, I can just like this. Yep.
Wow.
If you're in a caution, just sitting there cooking, that helps a lot. I don't know anybody else that does that in one of these either.
You're starting a trend at this point.
Hey, we're ready to rock.
so you got to bounce back a little bit.
Yeah. All I do is spin it once and then I get mad and try to make it in front again.
It's funny how you got to get pissed off to
Yep.
do really good.
Yeah, and then the car just has an attitude for some reason. Yeah. Oh man, I had a blast. That's why I do it. So that's the main thing. It's in one piece and I had a bunch of fun. I really want to make everyone's hair stand up that's watching me more
Right.
than anything. I just want everybody to...
You got to get closer to the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as everybody's butt's puckered as tight as mine, it's a success.
Oh my God.
Another top 10. I'll take
I mean,
it.
he got held up.
Yeah. That's what happens. If he doesn't get held up, he checks out on us.
Oh, okay.
It's the truth.
You look sad.
I just felt disappointed in myself for putting it in the wall on like 3 to go.
It was like 2 to go. It
Oh,
was
that's
right at the
awesome.
end. It was either 1 or 2 to go.
Well, I mean, at least you didn't put it in the dirt like him like 4 or 5 times. I see why he hit one of those pylon cone deals, you know?
I was using the tires to get, right
Oh,
by.
okay, yeah.
Well, at least I didn't become the show because I almost became the show a few times.
I know, you had some moments.
I had some moments. I was full turn a couple times. Like I almost pile drove the 61 on that last restart. I'm trying to learn from him because he's really good. He wins a lot of races and all he does is run the bottom. That's all he runs. Wingless, wing.
The safe way. Bottom's not safe? Compared to the top?
Compared to the guy that's knocked off 4 axles, 4 Jacobs ladders, 16 torsion bar.
Hey,
27 Heinz.
all of those are on the top.
That's what I'm saying. He said safer. Mike Mueller's wrecked 1 car this year because he
I
got
feel like we'll have to find out at Jackson Nationals here on the show.
We'll be on the bottom of that.
Oh, come on.
because it's safer.
Yeah. Hey, man, toss it on the top of Jackson's going to take some cojones. You got cojones?
I try to.
Do you have Jack cojones?
No. Jackson before I crashed like 5 times.
Oh.
Now it's a rebuilding process.
At the beginning of the year, he was wide open at the top like him. Now it's like he's driving like me on the top now.
Wait. This car's allowed to run? It's got Playboy on it.
Absolutely.
Why is that Playboy on it?
Dude, they've been helping us out. We've got some nudie magazines in there.
Oh my, I'm fine.
Free of charge,
Oh my God.
Run the Chaz, man. This is premium
Oh my
content.
God. So, you won.
My first win, by the way.
Right, and well, I noticed it's with the LS motor.
Yeah.
And kind of the stewing has been like this LS versus the 305 in this class.
Yeah.
And they're thinking the 305 has this big advantage. Does it?
In a way, maybe on the starts, like the carbs, they tend not to take off too good, but got to time it right, I feel like. But they make upwards of the same power, so once you get going, you can run them through guys, no problem.
Is it more so on the top? Because they're fuel injected. Like, if you got to pinch this car, it's not going to get back like a fuel injection will.
Yeah, like I was running the bottom one race and the car almost died, actually.
Really?
Yeah, like it did not want to take off. So, but if you keep your momentum up, I mean, you're good, You can
Up on the top like you were doing?
Yep. Polar wide, you can run the 305 all day long. So my grandma, this is her second race. Good thing I won because the last race she was at was her first race, and that's when I crashed. So I'm really glad.
You redeemed yourself.
Yeah, I went from zero to hero real quick.
Okay.
This is how we ride, this is how we do. Ride mud, slide, no